Some of you are surviving on yesterday's strength and you can feel it slipping away. You love the Lord, yet each morning feels heavier than the last, as if endurance itself must be fought for. The honest cry rising from weary hearts today is simple and holy. Lord, sustain us. Scripture never paints God's people as endlessly strong. The Bible presents believers as dependent creatures who wake up each day in need of fresh mercy and renewed strength. Sustaining grace is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Isaiah 33 is spoken into a moment of national crisis. Judah is threatened by Assyrian aggression, human alliances have failed, and fear grips the people. In that tension, Isaiah records a prayer that reveals where true sustaining power is found. O Lord, be gracious to us. We have waited for you. Be their arm every morning, our salvation also in the time of trouble. Isaiah 33:2. This is not abstract theology. It is desperate faith expressed clearly. Every phrase exposes dependence on God alone. The prayer begins with humility, O Lord. Be gracious to us. Grace is requested, not assumed or demanded. The people acknowledge they deserve nothing and depend entirely on God's mercy. They confess, we have waited for you. Waiting here is not passivity, it is trust under pressure. It is the refusal to abandon God when relief is delayed. Then comes the sustaining request, be their arm every morning. An arm represents strength, protection, and action. They are asking God to supply daily power, not occasional intervention. Notice the rhythm of dependence every morning. Yesterday's grace is not presumed to carry today's burdens. This prayer understands that spiritual endurance requires fresh sustaining power from God each day. God's sustaining work is not seasonal, it is continual. The Lord does not simply rescue once and withdraw. He commits himself to ongoing support for his people. The prayer ends with confidence, our salvation also in the time of trouble. Salvation here is broader than rescue from enemies. It speaks of preservation, deliverance, and sustaining care in crisis. This verse teaches us that God sustains before he removes trouble. He strengthens his people in the storm before he stills it. Sustaining grace often precedes situational change. Many believers pray for escape when God is offering endurance. They ask for the problem to disappear while God offers his arm to hold them steady. True faith learns to value God's sustaining presence more than immediate relief. The arm of the Lord is not symbolic sentiment. Throughout Scripture, it represents God's active involvement on behalf of his people. When God is your arm, you are not relying on your own strength. Sustaining grace looks different than worldly power. It may not eliminate fear instantly, but it keeps fear from ruling your heart. It may not end exhaustion immediately, but it keeps exhaustion from destroying faith. Waiting on God does not weaken believers. Waiting refines trust and deepens reliance. It teaches the soul where strength truly comes from. I have walked with saints who endured years of hardship with steady faith. They were not carried by optimism or personality. They were sustained daily by the arm of the Lord. I have also seen believers collapse under lighter pressures because they depended on themselves. Human strength runs out quickly. Divine strength renews itself every morning. Asking for sustenance is not weakness disguised as spirituality. It is truth spoken honestly before a faithful God. God does not shame his people for needing daily strength. He invites them to seek it. He promises to be present in the time of trouble, not absent. The sustaining arm of God does not always feel dramatic. Sometimes it feels like quiet perseverance. Sometimes it feels like obedience that continues despite unanswered questions. This verse reminds us that God's grace is sufficient for today. Tomorrow's grace will arrive when tomorrow comes. Faith lives one morning at a time. If you feel worn, pressed, or near the edge, this prayer belongs to you. You are not failing because you need sustaining grace. You are walking faithfully by asking for it. Today, pray with confidence. Wait on him without panic. Trust that His arm is strong enough to hold you steady. God sustains His people not because they are strong, but because He is faithful. His salvation does not abandon you in trouble. The Lord who saved you will sustain you.